It's time to discuss Amityville II, The Possession. Now, my initial thoughts, because again, this is one I'm going to be rewatching. My initial thoughts stepping into the second movie was that I was surprised, and it's in the advertising, it's on the poster, it's in the tagline, it's definitely in the trailers, that this is not a sequel, even though it has the number 2 attached to it. This is a prequel, which I thought was incredibly strange. But again, at the time, I knew nothing of Amityville lore. Absolutely nothing. So, really, stepping into it, I was like, oh man, I really wanted to see what happened after the Lutzes had left. I thought it could have been a cool idea to follow the Lutzes, although apparently that's a true story. I don't personally believe that was a true story. I think things like that can happen because I believe in spiritual presences and just that really awful things can happen. I just don't think it happened in this particular case. With Amityville 2, though, stepping into it's like, oh, it's a prequel, so I did not have really good expectations, and I was not all that enamored with the original film either. It's so strange. I mean, obviously I'll talk more about what I think of the movie as a whole, and it's possible that my opinion will change of the movie by the time I get to the after section, but for right now, we're in the before section. I mean, I recognize a couple of names. Behind the scenes people. That was something I didn't mention in the previous film. Obviously, I know Margot Kidder. I know James Brolin. This one has Burt Young, who was Paulie in the Rocky franchise, which to me is a very extremely recognizable actor because that franchise is so huge. And so I don't know. I mean, it's odd to say what I was thinking. Just knowing that it was a prequel, I was not looking forward to it really at all. I was hoping that it would be okay, but I really thought that it was going to be worse than the original, and I didn't think the original was really anything to write home about either. Over time, the original has grown on me more. I don't know what I was expecting with that, but because it wasn't this mind-blowing experience, I just stepping into 2, and even now stepping into 2 now, I'm really excited, but we'll get to that later. My initial thoughts stepping into 2 were kind of underwhelming. I mean, I was intrigued because I had the trilogy on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. I was excited to see what else was going to happen at that house. The windows to the house, the facade, it's like eyes. It's just mesmerizing. I wanted to spend more time in that house, but I wasn't exactly sure if I was going to enjoy my time there. And that's probably going to be something that's going to be throughout the whole franchise. So, without any further delay, in just a minute here, I'm going to be starting up Amityville 2, The Possession. And after I watch it and do all of my research on it, I'm going to come back and do the after portion and discuss my actual thoughts of the film.